you know I love the piss out of you. Your last fight, it didn't seem like the Chito we know. You didn't seem like you. I was like, because you always start slow and then it comes. And I was like, come on,
this
come
is
on.
different.
Am I off?
No, you're fucking. It's like we talked before I came here.
Mm-hmm.
I said this before and I will say it again. I'm not the guy that even if I have the actual facts, it will sound as an excuse when I say it. That's what I will say. I will say it off camera, off record. But yeah, it was. I lost. That's what it's on me. I'm not blaming coaches. I'm not blaming neighbors. I'm not blaming wife, friends.
Training camp was great. I know the training camp was great at Ruka.
I was fucking betting. I was putting my own house, the papers.
It's just that night and that exact time I've been there, which is like, man, if we could just do this any other day, I'll beat this dude.
You know,
I just don't feel like
check
doing
this out.
this.
You know when in the horror movies when you're turning the car on and Jason have the fat machete about to fucking cut your head off, the car goes boom. That was me.
You just couldn't get started.
At some point, I told my coach, "Hey man, I'm gonna fight my ass off. I know you're frustrated, me too, but it's not on us tonight."
There's nothing we can do.
And there's a clip of Perillo saying in the corner to the other corner man's, "Yo, he's flat as a drum.
Yep.
He got no sip on the punches." When I saw that, I was like, he just knows me.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, to me, like, I can come up with crazy stories or just facts. It just doesn't sound right. That's
what
why
do you think it was? I mean, like, so, like, I don't drink, I don't do anything. So when I'll have like one thing that I normally don't have. I can feel it affect my body. Was there something that you did differently that just was off that?
That's a good question with Sam. Have you, and like his job is to fight grown men in steel cages with underwear.
Yeah.
Your job is to do stand-up comedy. Have you ever got to stage and like before you're just like, man, for whatever it is, usually we love it. Nothing better. There's whatever, it's that one show, where it's a sold-out crowd. Yeah. You have no reason not to be up for it. You're just like, I just don't
That'll
feel
happen
like
on us. That'll happen when you're taping your special.
And then you're not clicking for whatever reason.
100%.
It's no different with fighting. Some football players, like, they don't have to, capitalize like he does in a single fight. But, like, trust me, Tom Brady, some of those games where you see that he's off, he doesn't feel like playing football.
Yeah, I get it.
The crazy thing is, like even in between rounds, I was standing up. I don't even take a seat in between rounds. Like, not once. Coach was like, "Yo, you're not even breathing. Like, are you okay? Like, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Coach, I'm trying. My brain is here, my balls are here, but my body's failing today."
Yep.
Like, it
just happens.
It's just today that because it's not like I was punching in the air and he was running and he was out positioning me.
No,
I was in front of him.
Yeah.
I track him probably better than anybody before.
Agreed. Caught the cage.
Without even on the takedowns. I mean, I wasn't even defending the takedown.
No.
It's not. It's almost like those crazy dreams when you're trying to kill the guy that raped your mom and the punches stop right before.
Or you're like in water. Your punches feel like you're in water.
Yeah.
It just happens.
And
man.
that's what I'm not cool with it. It fucking make my gut fucking boil. But I'm just like, it's okay. We go back to the gym. It's all how you handle it, right?
You can control it. Like, at least you didn't go in there and you felt the best you've ever felt. You performed the best you've ever felt. You're firing all cylinders, and he just outclassed you. That's different. Then it's like, oh, we're never sniffing the title. This is like, no. And I could when you were, I'm like, oh, gee, was
that's
not
what
there.
sometimes I just laugh because there's people that text me like, "Yo, did you purposely did that?" I said like, come on, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, purposely do that. I was gonna fight for a title after
I'd rather
this.
die.
Yeah.
But it's like, it just happened that night.
It's all good. And at least you didn't get injured, didn't get beat up.
I don't think anybody who competes on that level, especially in MMA, doesn't have a night like that. I mean,
it's rare, or it might start off like that, and then something happens like in the second round where it comes to them, and then they can take over. I feel like
that happened to most at the high level. Happens every other 10 competitions. Just one night you were leader off.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't have excuse.
Like I always told you that. With the Travis Brown thing. With the
Travis Brown, I just wanted to stop doing it.
Orlovsky.
Roy Nelson was the biggest one.
Yeah.
And I was on defeat at the time. I'm the main event. John Jones is a co-main event. I'm main event against Roy. It's in Vegas. All my family's there.
Roy had been fighting forever.
But outside that, even my coach in the back, like, what's wrong with him? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I just don't feel like doing this. Like, well,
I don't want to go fight.
I was like, if we could fight tomorrow, I think I'd win. But tonight, it's going to be trouble.
That's the crazy part.
You felt that before you
I told him, like, tonight's going to be trouble. I'll give it my all because we got ready for this.
That's why you got to do a couple bumps.
You know what's crazy? I don't even feel like that. I actually felt I actually pushed myself to feel good, but when I really realized I wasn't good, it was when I was warming up in the morning for the shakeout. When I was throwing, like, the power was there, but when I was kicking, I was feeling out of balance.
Yep.
And normally at that day, I'm fucking Bruce Lee. I'm fucking whipping kicks, coming on my
Where you
base.
get confidence from it.
Yeah. And then I kind of like look at coach. I'm like, I'm a little out of balance today. And he said, like, don't worry about it. Don't even think about it. So like, cool. Because worst of the worst, what happened? You just got to fight your ass off.
Yeah.
And I did that. I pressured the whole fight.
You
Yeah.
didn't
You
take
kept going
damage.
forward.
I don't have a bruise after the fight.
Not a bruise.
No. Yeah.
I wasn't even limping.
It's crazy.
I think Humble was limping a little bit, but yeah.
How do you think? And then Cory called out Merab after the fight. How do you think that goes for him?
I think Merab will get a hold of him nonstop.
Merab's a problem.
Yeah,
Just keep taking him down.
That fly because Cory does get tired. Cory get tired when he fought me. If Merab get to shoot the 48 times like he did,
For 5 rounds?
Yan have a better gas tank than Cory, so I would say he will hump him for a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Might don't submit it, but a guy like Merab needs to fight. Like, somebody will give him trouble, somebody that can keep the cardio. Like, even when he was taking me down and I wasn't even trying to defend, I was like, I got elbows. I put him on a triangle once, but it was a
Yeah.
weak one.
Yep.
But it's like,
with Merab, him versus Cory, it's gonna be the benefit for Cory if it's 3 rounds.
yes.
Because
And that
5 against Merab,
that
I don't care who against anybody. It's gonna be tough, man. He's a tough.
I look forward to that at one point, just for the challenge of it, because I know I can't guarantee a win because I'm not a fucking delusional guy. But I say this, I won't get tired against a guy.
With you, you'd be one of his toughest matchups. I'm not saying that just because you're here, but because Merab, the stand-up danger's not really there against you for him. Like you don't have to be worried about getting knocked
He
out.
throws so heavy,
He
but
throws
it's a
heavy,
shot.
but you can see it's 1 shot, and it's to lead him into the takedown. But for him, if he gets those takedowns first, second, third round, you have knockout power in the 4th and 5th, which for him is an issue. Which is
because
an
he
issue.
does get tired at the end.
Correct.
I used when he fought Jan seems like he just left the soul at home. Like,
I don't know what happened.
in the O'Malley fight, he look off. In this fight, he look off. It's almost like maybe he get too famous and he couldn't handle it. Maybe once he got money in the pocket, he's like chilling.
It might be that, or it could be also too him getting screwed over by the judges, like back
really
to back.
does.
He probably just lost the passion. Remember, he's threatened to just go fight in Russia.
But that happened to me against Sonja Dong.
Yeah,
Probably a little worse.
Yeah.
My decision was even
Yeah, it was
probably
bad.
worse than his
that was
decision.
really bad.
I came back fucking wanted to kill the war.
Yep.
I said, fuck you.
I think maybe because his was back to back, he's like, all right, this is
Yeah.
a no-win situation for me here.
But
So
like-
maybe that, but Sugar talks a lot of shit, but he goes, since Petr Yan fought me, he goes, you guys can say what you want, but I took that man's heart. It's like, he's not lying.
Yeah.
He hasn't been the same since that fight.
Yeah, that's true. It's been, but even in that fight, he got tied in a 3-rounder when he normally fight 5-rounders.
Yeah.
Maybe he's fucking around. Maybe he's getting a little too much drinking,
Yeah.
too much partying.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on in people's lives?
Something's going on, though. 100%.
Definitely.